Hello everybody, thanks for checking out this video. In this video I got some fun crafts for you that are on my craft table. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So I have a few things that were in my stash, in my craft stash, and I had full intentions of crafting with it for my daughter and just ended up not having the time, or I just didn't realize I had it in my craft room. So unfortunately she outgrew, it's only 2 items, so she outgrew it. And so I thought, since my best friend is having a baby here in April, that it would be really cute to go ahead and just gift it to her baby. And so I am going to monogram both of them. I believe the other one's a monogram. It's been a minute since I cut it, so I can't remember, but I'm almost certain it is. So I just used the monogram maker that is in Design Space. So this one's going to be an iron-on project, and I just found this hat at Hobby Lobby, and it's an infant hat. You know, I don't know if they're going to let him wear it or not, but I thought, you know what, I told her about it. I said, would you want your son to have that? And she said absolutely. So it's just this cute little hat. In fact, I'm not even sure what age. So I was thinking of having it right here on the side, but then I don't know, maybe I should put it up. Yeah, I'll put it up there. That was my initial reaction, or initial thing that I wanted to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and stuff this towel in this hat, so that way I can get it to be nice and flat. Okay, so there we go. I think I got it down pretty good. I might have to let it cool down a little bit more. I did kind of peel it up fairly quickly just to see if I can get this liner off, but this is, I looked at the tag again, this is an infant hat, so definitely I'm glad that I have this to give her. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into the next craft. We're going to do another monogram, and then we'll move into some other fun crafts. So again, we are doing another monogram, and this is from Amazon. I bought it a while ago. Oh gosh, probably a year ago. And I found it in my craft stash. So this is kind of like a nice way to get rid of some stuff in my craft stash. And my daughter's just too old for this. She doesn't drink out of this kind of stuff anymore. This is coated with sublimation, like coating to sublimate, I should say. Again, I'm not going to sublimate. I am just going to go ahead and just quickly add his monogram once more, and then we're going to be done making baby gifts. But I do need to get this done since the birth is right around the corner, and I just would like for her to have it. And also my shipping people will be down here, and I say that very jokingly. My parents and I shuffle things back and forth. When I go up there, they bring stuff down. When they come down, they bring stuff from up there, and then when I go back home, I send things back up their way. So we call it the ultimate snail mail, because you know, I have stuff that needed to go up there like a month ago, and of course now I gotta wait another month for my parents to come down to bring it back up. So we call it the ultimate snail mail. So okay, let's go ahead, and I just put some rubbing alcohol on my little sippy cup, and then what I'm going to do is just apply some transfer tape. And I'm using this green, I'm not even sure, I think it's shimmer, and I think this is, I believe this is, you know, I don't even know. Let me look. Oh, it doesn't have it on there. Okay, so I believe, oh wait, it's back here. Yeah, this is 405, so it's a permanent brand. So anytime you do any drinkware, you want to make sure that it's permanent vinyl, and you hand wash only. I think this is hand wash only anyways, so, which is kind of perfect for them. They don't have a dishwasher, so they would have to hand wash this anyway, so it's not going to be any different for them. And then I know that her favorite color is green, and it has some blue in there, so depending on how the light is hitting it. So I thought this was a win-win. Okay, so I'm just going to use, I have a cup cradle, but I have this, so why not just use this? And I'm actually not going to worry about that because I can go anywhere. All right, So let me go ahead and bring this in. And it doesn't matter because he's not going to be sipping from the top here. So it doesn't matter how close I get, although I wouldn't want it that far up, right? But I'm going to go ahead and kind of push this towards me here and try to get this centered. There we go. Lay down nicely. Just a quick project. Peel that up. And there we go. So it's just going to go on here. And then, of course, oh, does this need to get twisted? Oh, it needs to be twisted on. Oh, nice. Okay, so there we go. I like how that turned out. Turned out super cute. And he could just either, you know, depending on how they want to do it. But yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get into our next project. So we're going to keep it going with drinkware from a baby bottle to, or sippy cup to a large cup. So Hobby Lobby has these huge tumblers, and my husband bought a couple for himself because he likes to have these for work. And so I bought one too. You'll see that. If you haven't seen it already, you will see it. I'm going to do one for me in another video just to kind of break these up. So he being the silly guy that he is, he wants me just to put a mustache on this tumbler. So I am going to go ahead and do that. Again, I got it from Hobby Lobby and it was like $12.99. And this actually is not dishwasher safe, which I thought that was pretty interesting. But again, neither is the vinyl, so it's not like it's going to be a big deal, right? Okay. Okay, so he is left-handed. I'm right-handed, so I got to think about this. He's left-handed, but he wants the mustache to be on the outside, so it's going to be here. And I don't know if this is, I might have to get my cup cradle out for this. We'll see. All right. He gave me specific instructions, so hopefully I I do it right for him. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to get out my cup cradle. And he wants it, okay, so I got to think here. All right, so he wants it about right here, kind of like where his, I don't know why here, but that's kind of like what he said. And if he doesn't like it, I can always just take it off and redo it, right? Okay, I think that's good. I used permanent vinyl for this, so it's, even though it's permanent vinyl, you can still peel it up. It just is a little bit more tackier. And then, of course, you know, if you're giving this out, you want to make sure you tell everybody it's not food safe and it is not dishwasher safe. And also give it time, also to give it time to cure, because that way it has time to set up. But yeah, an easy project, much appreciated. So then he's going to drink it like this. So I don't even think he'll drink with the straw. And then, oh, that's tough. Okay, so he'll drink it, and there you go. I think he'll really like that. So for our last project, we are going to do a cute little sign, and I'm going to do both sides because I think I have an idea of where I'm going to place this, and if I place it there, then it will be visible on the front and back. So I thought I would just duplicate the message so that way you can see it, or it will say the same message whether you're, you know, in front of it or behind it, because it's going to sit on our peninsula. So if you can see it from the kitchen, and then you will also be able to see it from the living room. So like I said, I just decided to cut it twice. And I used Cricut's Smart Vinyl. I used my Joy for this one. And I just wrote, today is a good day for a good day. I thought that was really cute. And I'm just weeding out the middles. And it's really a thin font, so it's easy to weed out. It's helpful, I should say, to weed out the middles, so that way it has more to hold on to, because if you have it all, the negative space all weeded out, then it doesn't have much to hold on to. So that's why I always try to, with smaller fonts in general, and I thought it actually was the stupidest thing for when people did that, until then I was like, oh shoot, that actually is pretty helpful. So now I am obsessed with doing that as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this all weeded out, or at least the negative space all weeded out. And of course, I'm going to go really slowly because since this is such a small font, or narrow font, I should say, this has potential of not staying on the carrier sheet, although I don't want to jinx it, but it's doing pretty good considering how narrow the font is. And also, this is Cricut brand, so, and I normally don't like to work with Cricut brand when I do something like this, but I didn't feel like busting out a 12 by 24, whatever. This is, I think, 12 inches, so, and I also had to cut out another thing for a different project, and it just made sense to cut it out on my Cricut Joy, because that way I can have it all cut out at once. And you'll see that project that I'm referring to in another video. So it's signs, and more signs. Sometimes that's just the way the crafts land. I'm actually doing it like an overhaul of all of my signs. Well, not all of them, but a good majority of them. It's time. Some of these things that I've made, like they've been in my house for quite some time, and it's time to move on. So yeah, that did pretty well. I'm pretty excited about that. And then I'm not going to cut this apart just yet, as I want to go ahead and get my transfer tape. And again, as I mentioned before in previous videos, I don't think I mentioned it in this video, when I work with a smart material, I always try to use Cricut brands transfer tape. I just feel like they pair better than any other transfer tape, so that is what I'm opting to do. And oh, by the way, I got this wood blank, believe it or not from Hobby Lobby. As most of my stuff is always bought from there. Oh my goodness, my whole family, my family and friends tease me about Hobby Lobby, and rightfully so. I mean, I'm there a lot, but you know what? I'm a thrifty shopper, and it's not like it just sits there and collects dust, right? I am constantly crafting in between, or between naps, and then when my daughter goes to bed. So it is, my crafts are being well used, so it's not sitting there wasting away. But anyways, this is from Michael's, and I actually had brought this in my channel, or brought this to my channel, this blank, in another video. And I did a New Year's Eve, or New Year's Day, New Year's Eve craft project with it. Just said something about new beginnings. I don't know. I can't remember what it said. And I liked it, but obviously it's time to move on from that. It's no longer New Year's. You know, here we are 2 months into the year. So I opted to take the vinyl off and reuse it. Now I did have to add some more paint to it because it did kind of rip it up a little bit, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. Okay, you might have to trim this down because like it's definitely wider than my vinyl, but we'll see. Okay. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and get that one more time. Looks like my tea got a little crooked, but I can try to remedy that once I actually get it on my blank here. Okay. And then I'll switch over to the back side and really burnish that down because I think I worked on a different video earlier and I used a different smart material, and that gave me a lot of troubles trying to get it peeled up from the transfer tape. So I want to make sure that I burnish that really well. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this apart because, as I said, one's going to go on the front and one's going to go on the back. And then, I was getting too quick with it. Okay, I think I'm going to have to come back and get that D. Okay. So what I'm going to do, because I'm really nervous about messing up that D, I'm going to cut that off, move that to the side, and then I'm going to also try to burnish this a little bit or scrape it down a little bit better so that way I can not have any problems. And I'm also going to start with this side just to go at it at a different angle. Sometimes that helps, which it has thus far. Okay. This G just does not want to. Okay, I got a couple more letters. Perfect. Okay, not bad. So I'll get this over here, and then I'll get this aligned, and then we'll call it a, well, no, we still got to do the other side. Got it on there pretty good. I'll have to come back and get that D. Wonderful. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring the D over here, and I'm going to use my weighting tool to assist me in putting that D on there. Now you can use transfer tape, but I think this is going to be, famous last words, I think this is going to be simple enough where I can just use my weighting tool. Sometimes it's just a little bit easier doing it that way. Famous last words, though. Okay, good enough. All right, today is a good day for a good day. In this craft, I had purchased this cute frame, and if you watched my Hobby Lobby and Target haul, you would have seen that I bought 3. Oh, I bought this one and then I bought 2 more, and it had some cute little saying on here, but it was just not my style, but I liked the frame. So what I did was I went ahead and used this to get that the paint off. So I'm actually going to apply something that I like, and you guys seen, if you watched my tier tray video, you would have seen this SVG. I really like the SVG, so I thought that I could add it to this, and plus it's not going to be in the same area, so I thought I could get away with that. At least that's my excuse for reusing the SVG. So just again, this and on the tier tray was a smaller scale. This is at a larger scale, of course. And yeah, so I went ahead. It just says Our Nest. I really like that. Especially, I like this green. I thought it paired well with this distressed frame. And then also, I like that, you know, it says Our Nest, so kind of reminds me of springtime with the birds, you know, having their little nest in the trees and everything. And yeah, so that is why I decided to go with this. And then let me go ahead and weed out the middles here. Okay, so easy peasy. Now let's go ahead and get the transfer tape on this so we can apply it to our surface here. Now, I'm opting to put it on top of the surface here because, for one, it kind of gives it a little bit of a dimensional look, but also I just know my abilities, and if you can do it, great, but I know that I can't. If I would put it underneath here, I don't think I'm going to be able to avoid the bubbles, the air bubbles, and it just, to me, would not look good. So I am just opting for putting it on top. Okay, now of course you do whatever makes sense for you, but this to me just made more sense to put it on top of the glass. Now I did clean it with rubbing alcohol, and as you guys I'm sure are aware, rubbing alcohol on glass does what it's supposed to, but it doesn't make it streak free. So what I'm going to do is, once I get this, just because we're out of Windex, I'm going to have to go and get some, but I'm just going to apply it anyways and then clean it later. I cleaned it really good. Again, you can see the streaks on there, but at least it's debris free. There's no dust on there, and we should be good to go. Okay, I had to cut some of that out because for some reason I used this this vinyl. It's Cricut brand, Bright Sage, and for some reason it just does not want to come off the carrier sheet. So it was a little bit of a challenge, but to get it off the carrier sheet. So let's go ahead and get this centered on here, and then we'll be done with this one. Okay, got it on there. Go ahead and scrape this down, and then we'll be peeling this back. This turned out really cute. Now I still have a little bit of bubbles, but a lot better than I would have if I would have put it on the other side of it. And I know it's kind of hard to see. Let me go ahead and bring this in, but there you go. And it's going to go up against the wall, so it will really pop up in against the wall. Well, here it is. I think everything turned out great. I think my favorite is going to be this one. I really liked how this turned out, and I was really excited to do that. Again, I bought a couple of these just because I saw the potential, and I thought it turned out really cute. But honestly, everything turned out super adorable. I'm excited to give this to my best friend for her son to use, and I really like the navy blue, and I like the shimmer in this green, that in some lights it looks blue to me. And then, of course, my husband is going to really enjoy this little mustache. And lastly, I like the fact that I did both sides, because when I did this for New Year's, I only did one side, and I thought it would make sense to do both sides, of especially where I'm going to put it. All right, well, thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. That would really help me out, and I really appreciate it. All right, bye, guys.